What is the new thing?
We are live.
Where is your bright yellow shirt today?
Okay, the bright yellow shirt, I have got a lot of requests from CSK fans to not wear that bright yellow. Primarily because whenever I wear that shirt, the team loses.
They won one game.
No, but that was without that bright yellow. I'd worn that jersey.
Actually, I have a joke. The color of his t-shirt now is very much like Chennai's playoff chances. It's fading.
Ah,
That's nice.
just for that, I will keep on referring to this contest as the Super Classico and El Clasico.
Yeah, super Classico I can still live with. El
Why not
El Clasico.
It's
El Clasico is, it conjures like there's so much. No, I'm not going there.
El Clasico comes from Barcelona, Real Madrid.
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
original El Clasico. Well, what's the harm if they refer to this as El Clasico? What's the harm?
I mean, the best rivalry.
No, go ahead. Tell me.
I don't know,
What
I
is your
think-
objection to it?
I think the Real Barca rivalry is rooted in a lot more than just
True.
sporting
There's a
supremacy.
lot of
Political background to it as well.
Yes.
So
So there is a lot of background to this. I mean, in terms of being the most successful teams, two big stars, Dhoni,
No, and
Rohit, all of
basically that behemoth called Bombay in Indian domestic circuit dominated Ranji, have won Vijay Hazare and Mushtaq Ali, 41 Ranji titles. I mean,
Yeah.
there was a period of from mid 60s to 80s. where there were
but it
15
only
consecutive-
Mumbai. It was only Mumbai. Correct.
Yeah, Tamil Nadu had just won 2.
So have you agreed with him? Can be called El Clasico?
Sure, I just don't like the term, so it's a personal thing.
You don't like it in general?
No, I don't like it for this match.
For this match.
Yeah, El
You're saying
Clasico
it's-
conjures images of Ronaldo versus Messi.
See, the amount of trolling that
So
you have-
Dhoni versus Rohit, yeah, come on.
But what about Jadeja? Poor guy.
No, but I'm just saying.
I know.
Well, it's not that Ronaldo was captain.
Even the broadcasters, by
Ronaldo
the way,
wasn't.
were referring for doing a poll. Who will emerge victorious, Rohit or Dhoni? Poor Jadeja.
But neither were Ronaldo and Messi captains. You took their names.
Actually,
Yes.
that's true.
That's true.
Yeah, Messi
Captain
was
would have
Messi,
been
Ronaldo.
a Puyol or a
Then
Busquets.
later, Busquets, Iniesta, Xavi.
whatever, yeah.
For
So
Real, it was
you
Ramos.
took their name and it was fine. But if I take, but this time I'd have to agree. I have no problem. You call it El Clasico or Super.
this time,
this time it's not El Clasico because no matter what, okay, even if you say that Barcelona, Madrid have history. Let's say these two teams also have history. But at least every time they play, they're at the top of the table,
Top,
na?
yes.
Because that result will decide who wins the title. Those-
Potentially.
Here,
just deciding who's going to be the wooden spoon.
yeah.
At the end of the day.
So just for that reason, it doesn't deserve the title of El Clasico.
Yeah.
At least not
This
this
time.
season.
Not
Yeah.
this season.
Yep, indeed. That's also the thing. So, but again, MI CSK, they were the first original rivalry, if you may say, in the IPL.
True. I agree.
Right
What do
from
you mean first?
2000.
Whether till 2013 or whatever, they were sleeping.
No, that's also correct.
But they've made a
Mumbai.
big ground.
They have. But you're
No,
saying
but
right
then
from the start. The season started
Head to
in
head,
2008.
head to head, they were always close. It was 6-6,
Okay, I'll-
8-6, then 9-9,
so-
then Mumbai zoomed ahead.
I had to do some research for this, why I won't tell you guys. But actually, till 2012, their head-to-head was pretty much 3-3. Or it
In
was like
2012.
yeah, till 2012, it was always a case of win one match, and because generally speaking, at that point, MI wouldn't really make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So but I think in recent years, it's skewed heavily towards MI.
Yeah.
2019 was, I think, the nadir for CSK fans because they had
4-0.
4 matches that year, and MI won them all.
Yes.
They
4-0.
had the 2 group stages,
How can you forget?
Yeah.
qualifier one, and the final, which they won on the final ball.
Yeah.
They were nuts fun.
How can
Oh,
you forget?
God.
But I'll tell you one thing. Even if it's a bottom of the table clash, and I know that the interest will wane a bit because even the biggest fans, I know that this result is not going to help their team make the
But
playoff.
bragging rights is an important thing.
No,
you
but
know?
it's going to still have a very high rating.
Yeah, I think so.
People are going to tune in.
Exactly.
Hardcore fans are going to tune in.
Because Mumbai fans will hope that Rohit pulls out his best.
Yeah.
6 matches, he's not fired.
Yeah.
And Kairan Pollard, whom I labelled as the greatest IPL player ever overseas. Why? It was because of his contributions against Chennai Super Kings. 2 out of 3 finals, he had a massive role in helping them win the title. And now he's announced his international retirement also.
Yeah.
So now he will be desperately hoping only focus is now IPL and Mumbai Indians.
Now they have got reinforcement Chennai, but he's not going to be coming in.
I doubt he'd be
now.
available for this match. No?
Well, I mean,
Slinga Malinga Part 2.
there are
There's actually 2
Slinga
Malingas,
Malinga Part
in
2,
the juniors.
Slinga Malinga Part 3. I'll explain that.
Please.
So, Matisha.
You got the name right, I hope, firstly.
Now I'll get the name right.
Go ahead.
Yes. Yes, sorry, apologies for all that.
No,
but
don't apologize.
It's
all
good
goes.
fun.
Matisha
But we're just pulling our
Patirana.
leg.
Yeah, Matisha Patirana from Kandy is now the replacement for Adam Milne, who's now going to miss IPL 2020 due to a hamstring injury. The broken down Milne, as usual. Always injured, always 2 steps back. Matisha Patirana actually has played 2 under-19 World Cups, one in 2020 and one in 2022. And his action, if you can search, you can Google it, is a lot like Lasith Malinga, except Patirana throws his head back and then just has a slingshot action.
And there's another difference. In Malinga's action, though it's a slinging action,
Yes.
the elbow doesn't move. Elbow straight.
Yes.
But in Patirana's
Patirana's,
case, I
yeah.
see the elbow also moving.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that will be an issue going forward. Till now, it's fine.
Yeah, if Mumbai Indians, already Chennai Super Kings have fulfilled the quota of 2 Sri Lankan players now, there are 2 Sri Lankan guys, and Patirana was a net bowler for CSK.
What has happened suddenly? No boycott CSK is trending now.
Looking at the position now, why would they want to boycott it? I mean, as they say, no.
Earlier, whenever a Sri Lankan player came, they would trend.
Because they were at the top. And now, if you're not at the top, what ego will you show?
True.
So that is why.
That is why you're okay now with.
I was always okay with
You
it.
are
Didn't really
okay.
make a difference.
Your team.
Oh, so Riley Meredith has made his debut for Mumbai Indians. As I pointed on the fantasy, you could go with Meredith.
I'll take a guess. Tamil Mills would be out.
Yes.
most
But if
likely.
Mumbai Indians want a replacement, say for Lasith Malinga in the future, they can actually look at Nuwan Tushara. Nuwan Tushara has got a very similar Malinga-like action and he runs in robustly.
Action doesn't help. Nah, yeah.
Actually, I
But he did well in the Lanka
Avishkar
Premier League.
Salvi had action like Glenn McGrath. He was not Glenn McGrath.
But he did well in the Lanka Premier League
So and the guy who
for Colombo Kings.
the guy you just named, what was the name?
Nuwan Tushara.
Nuwan. His action is actually vastly different from Malinga's. So when he runs in like a standard pacer. When he takes this jump and his arm till here, standard clean action. Then out of nowhere he unleashed that thunderbolt sling.
Sling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Slinging one.
Yeah.
Good in swing. He gets good in swing to the right-handers as well as to the left-handers.
You keep a close eye on Sri Lankan players, I see.
Love Sri Lanka, the country, as well as
so
the
do I,
cricketers.
actually.
Yeah,
I love the
beautiful
country, the
but
people.
I'm saddened by what's happening now.
Yes, so am
very,
I.
very saddened.
So am I.
Yeah.
All my cricket toes to Sri Lanka. Beautiful country, beautiful people. They love their cricket.
Absolutely.
Watching cricket live in a Sri Lankan ground is an experience which I absolutely love.
And
So,
if people are like pointing out why am I not wearing the yellow jersey, well, today I'm actually in a, as they call in Hindi, Dharam Sankat.
Why? Oh,
Oh, yeah, right.
yeah.
Janam Bhumi or Pitru Bhumi? I really don't know. What should I support? Because
Your
22
call
years, 22 years I've been in Mumbai, born, schooling, college, everything there. Love the city for its food. Okay, I'm not getting into the food politics of it. I'm not getting into that.
Yeah.
Chennai, hate the climate, but I'm from there. So, quite actually mixed. But yeah, I've got a bit of a yellow and I've got blue. So, I think I'll go with CSK only today.
Oh, very strategically won't.
Aaron Finch.
Why do you call him Aaron Finch?
Journeyman, no, he's played for 9 franchises. I believe all cities of India.
Shivam, our producer, has a name for Siri. How many names do they have? Siri, Laughing Buddha,
Laughing Buddha, Vicky,
Babu Rao.
Babu Rao, Raju Rao,
No.
now Aaron Finch,
Aaron Finch.
Narendra Modi also was called. Yes.
Okay, a big boy has a appropriate name for the contest. He's saying it's the backbenchers match tonight. That's correct.
Yes.
Prasad Bhagat is saying one of the major reasons why it was El Clasico because it was also Sachin versus Dhoni
Yes.
in the beginning.
Also,
That's
they
true.
were, as they were pointing out on the broadcast, is that MI and Chennai at that point were the two teams that bid hard for Dhoni in the first ever auction.
Yes.
And MI almost got him, but in the end it was CSK who managed to get him. Imagine
Yes.
a CSK without Dhoni from that era just doesn't seem right.
Actually, the reason Mumbai Indian let go, let go of Dhoni was because they realized that if they keep going for that much money, then they'll only be left with 2 players, Sachin Tendulkar, MS Dhoni. They'll have to back bowl, do everything else.
Yeah.
So they realized.
Which is what they're facing now in 2022.
Yeah, actually. At this point,
There is only Rohit, there is only Bumrah, Sky. Devolved Braves is chipping in, but the rest are absent.
Anish Nakra says Mumbai should go in with Meredith. They've heard you.
Yes,
because they are
actually
going
have
with Meredith.
gone in with Meredith.
Meredith is in. Most likely, we educated guest Tamil Mills should be out.
By the way, Mumbai's social media team, kudos. They put out a full-on ball of Arjun, video of Arjun Tendulkar bowling a very good Yorker. And everyone got excited, should make his debut. They're like, we're bringing in a pacer, but not the one you're expecting.
Well, there is
They
no
wrote
cap.
that or
They didn't write that. I'm just saying that, but they're trolling us
They're
nicely in that.
trolling.
Well,
Yes.
there is no cap for Arjun Tendulkar, so he's not making his debut even today.
Yeah, doesn't seem likely.
Now,
Yes. Sankalp Sahu says, my question is to Siri that why CSK went for an under 19 player. This largely disturbs the average age in Dad's army. They should have gone for someone like Peter Siddle.
actually, Peter
Sankar.
I know.
Naughty.
Peter Siddle has actually been doing pretty well in the Big Bash League for Adelaide
Yes.
Strikers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why he's saying that.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe they want to build the future. They are seriously not looking to build into. Dhoni said after 2021, we want to build the team for the next 10 years.
And to be fair, they do
With
have.
this side, as one of our family members pointed out, can they even last 10 months?
They have some young players, but that's about 8, and a lot of them aren't playing. I mean,
Shivam Dubey is young.
Ruturaj. to an
Ruturaj
extent,
is young.
Ritik Shaukin is in.
Oh, okay.
Ritik Shaukin, and we were talking about Ritik Shaukin that they should have given him a chance.
Yep.
And we will give you some.
So will you
dope
replace
on-
Basil? Or will you replace Unadkat?
No, Unadkat would be there.
I think Basil.
Basil
Unadkat
can't
got
be.
2 wickets last game.
Yep.
Oh, we're talking about Shivam Dubey. He recently became a father. So, another addition to Dad's army.
Yeah.
Of course,
CSK?
of course.
He's been in the form of his life.
Oh, he's
anyway.
absolutely been
He is, he is.
crazy form this year.
Karthik M says, Nikhil sir, please do a show on current worth of each team's best 11 of IPL 2021. Players from CSK and Mumbai have gone for big bucks, made it difficult to retain buyback for high price, leading to skewed units. We could do it.
Yeah, that's an interesting point actually.
Yeah, we will. Thank you, Karthik.
Bad decisions on both sides.
No, actually, both of them kind of messed up their option
Messed up.
strategy.
Especially Mumbai, big time mess up.
Yeah, you understand you can't retain all players, but even then.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I think so. Mumbai have made 2 changes as was expected.
Yep.
Siri, do some research on Ritik Shaukin and we'll try and give.
Yes, I shall. I will. Give me 2 minutes.
And just to let you know, Taimul Mills.
Could be out and.
No,
Ryan
because
Meredith.
Ritik Shaukin is a spinner. So who does he come in
Then
for?
I think
that
he
would-
might just replace Murugan, no?
Murugan
Ashwin
yes.
could be.
Yes.
So he could come in for Murugan Ashwin, but we'll have to wait and watch
Yeah.
whether that happens. So one spinner definitely, Ritik Shaukin coming in. Who he replaces, we'll still wait and watch. But the other bit is you've got Riley Meredith coming in. He will, I think, again, educated guess for Taimul Mills.
Yep.
But the replacement that CSK have to make is that of Chris Jordan. Hasn't been doing much. I don't know whether that will.
I really hope that they do
Who
because
do they replace him with?
They have to get this one in Pretorius in.
Pretorius,
did
yeah,
very
actually.
well.
Yeah.
because you can't get Devon Conway anyways. He's out for the next 2 games.
Your son-in-law, where is he gone? CSK's.
CSK's new Maplay or son-in-law is now in South Africa. So they just gave him a bachelorette party. You can check out in the Chennai IPL page in
these guys
typical
must have.
lungi and kurta style and cakes.
I actually love the way they made the video. They
Yes.
made the video like that old VHS style. With
Yeah,
grainy
yeah,
footage.
yes.
Typical-
Correct.
And they put the music and the shots, not those fast cuts. In those days you have to have these long shots without any cuts with very old type of instrumental music. They put that. So whoever did that on the CSK social media team, absolutely
Fantastic.
brilliant.
Fantastic. Yes.
Utkarsh Mishra says, instead of Baby AB, would you be tempted to send Sky at 1 down? I would be.
Yes.
Yes.
As good as Baby AB has been, I think Sky at number 3 because he can control the innings from there on. He can play depending on the situation, has all the shots in the book, can play depending on the situation at that time. You want him to attack, he can attack. You want him to be the sheet anchor, he can do it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
But replacing a leg spinner with an off spinner, that seems a bit this thing because Ritik Shaukin is an off spinner.
yeah,
Primarily, he made his mark.
he's
playing,
a decent bat as well.
Yeah, but his batting stats are not that
Not
great.
great.
His economy also has suffered when he played some couple of list A games for Mumbai.
No, we don't know whether he's replacing Murugan
Yeah.
or not, but we're assuming that
Because
The
will
matches at the DY part.
His major claim to fame is in the ACC, Asian Champions Cricket under 23. He actually did pretty well in that. So for India, and 2022 you picked. I think your pick was base price, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he
Hrithik
didn't go
Shaukin.
for big money.
Hrithik Rakesh Shaukin, but yeah, it is a big nightmare to search him on Google. Big nightmare
Why is that?
because You type Hrithik, the first name always comes as Hrithik Roshan. Never Shaukin.
Obviously.
Yes.
It'll take many years to
And
get there.
fall, there might just be, fan pages with the name Hrithik Shaukin, which are dedicated to the
Yeah,
actor.
I'm a fan of Hrithik, so Hrithik Shaukin.
Prasad Bhagat says Fabian Allen he could replace, but Allen just got that one game, if I'm not
game,
mistaken.
Yeah, and he wasn't great.
And for an
but one
overseas
game.
guy,
Yes.
maybe they're just playing 3 foreigners again.
I'm not sure. Path Gulati is saying
Unless-
Brevis for the emerging player of the year, unless DK could have classified that at 36. Your thoughts on the emerging player?
Emerging player,
Emerging
wow.
player,
Yeah, but you do have plenty of contenders this time for the emerging team.
He's not my emerging player at the moment.
No, I think someone like Tilak or even
I love Jitesh Sharma. He's been
Jitesh,
very good.
Ayush Badoni.
Ayush
These
Badoni
are your
as well.
choices.
Vaibhav Arora. Although he got tongued in the game against Delhi,
Yes.
but he still bowled well.
Chennai won the toss.
And they'll bowl
100%.
33 out of 33.
Lock kar diya jaye.
Lock kar diya jaye, bilkul.
It'll be really funny if they actually do.
If they bat, then oh man, that streak is broken big time. Because see, we are coming close to that 2019 period. 2019, 60 matches, teams batting second.
bowl first.
We're going to bowl.
Ah.
33 on 33. In 2019, 60 matches, 50 times the team winning the toss has chosen to bowl. So we're coming close to that stage now. So yes, the stats are ready. Whenever we are ready, we can do the
Yeah,
video
we'll
for
do it. Sona Ghosh says, Nikhil sir, I think IPL's love affair with Big Bash League has always backfired. The Sams and Meredith, Sean Abbott all do excellent in Big Bash, but in the IPL are poor.
I agree. I
Yeah,
totally
good
agree.
point.
Because Nathan Ellis also in that game got tongued.
Yeah.
Okay, you can excuse his first game, but even in the previous season, he was smashed.
I think at Kings 11 at one point had this major thing of scouting the BBL. So they had Riley Meredith, Ellis,
Yeah.
they want to others as well. It didn't work out at all.
Abbott.
Sean Abbott
yes.
did very well at the
Oh,
BBL.
oh, there is no Moeen Ali. There is no Moeen Ali.
Ah,
so
so
Mitchell
that's why.
Santner is in and Jordan out. Dwayne Pretorius is in. The right
Santner is very interesting.
again, Santner. What
With Jadeja?
Yeah.
So Santner.
Maybe they want to bolster the batting attack. I don't know.
Left arm spin. Do people struggle with left arm spin in the Mumbai Indians
Okay,
camp?
we will take time one by one to make our teams. I'm going to go first, so you guys continue while I make.
Yeah, I
mine.
mean, I don't understand this strategy at all.
I know.
because
I mean, Moeen
Unless you're
and-
not using him to
I
bowl.
could understand Jordan. Jordan's a straight because he was hammered in the last 2 games, and so Pretorius, who bowled well in the previous 2 games before Jordan, comes in. Great move. But Santner, oh boy, are they planning to bat him higher up the order in place of Moeen?
We play him as a floater, maybe.
Yeah. So that means if Robbie and Rituraj open, so that means Santner, then Dubey. And then Ravindra Jadeja, MS Dhoni, Dwayne Bravo.
Yeah.
Or somebody will have to go up.
Yeah, I don't understand. Let's see. Oh, so am I having 3 changes?
3 changes.
So what are the changes?
We will know soon enough. Obviously, 2 would be the coming in of Shaukin and what's his name?
Yep.
Riley Meredith.
Riley Meredith.
Let's see who they replace. That's an interesting thing.
Yeah. But again, Big Bash League, I was seeing Sam's slow length balls.
See, Pretorius for Jordan
Made sense.
completely
Perfect.
accepted. Santner for Moeen, again, Santner is an all-rounder.
All-rounder.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll bat up the order.
No, the other thing is, which I think what CSK really needed to do was send Ravindra Jadeja up the order, but they couldn't do it because you had a Moeen Ali, because you had a Ambati Raidu,
Yeah.
and you needed to bat them higher up, which means Jadeja was coming a little low. I think what Jadeja was doing for India was fantastic, batting
Yep.
at number 4, and this could be the way because then Santner can come a bit lower down the order.
Yes.
Maybe that's one way of having
Yeah.
Jadeja bat higher up the order. There's
Oh, they brought back Daniel Sam.
Daniel Sams is also back, along with Riley Meredith.
so Riley Meredith, Daniel Sam, Hrithik Shaukin come in.
Yes.
Who goes out?
That
So
will
Mills
know
is
soon.
out. Taimal is out, definitely.
Daniel Sams and Riley Meredith. Good God, Chennai could tonk them today.
Yeah. I mean,
So if you're making a fantasy team, don't forget to bet
Yeah,
big
big-
on CSK batsmen.
Yeah.
yes. One CSK good boy. I had suggested Dwayne Pretorius in place of Chris Jordan. That has worked and it's happened. But in the Mumbai team, I just cannot make sense of it. Sorry.
There's no head of save.
So actually Rohit doesn't mind batting first. He's saying the surface has changed a bit from what we played in the first game. The teams have won batting first in the last 3-4 games. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
So it's a blessing in disguise that they
Maybe
are batting
he would have
first.
actually broken the streak if he had, won the toss.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, but Meredith, oh man. Especially the way Ellis bowled and looking at the way Meredith, similar style. hit the deck.
And don't forget, Daniel Sams has not
There
exactly
you got
been-
the team. So
Ishan, Rohit, Devol, Surya Kumar, Tilak, Kyron, Sam,
Fabian Allen is out.
Good.
Allen and Mills both are out.
Fabian Allen and
And Hrithik Shawkin has replaced Murugan Ashwin.
Murugan Ashwin as expected.
Murugan Ashwin is out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some very.
So in this game, no leg spinner is playing.
Yeah, they don't have a leg.
Tikshana, you may say, is a mystery spinner, bowls both leg break and off break and the carom ball, but not that much. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
That's a very interesting Mumbai lineup and not in a good way.
Yeah.
I'm just checking my team and
So
I think
Fabian Allen, Taimal Mills, Murugan Ashwin are out, confirmed. Hrithik Shawkin, Riley Meredith and Daniel Sams. As I said, Hrithik Shawkin impressed for India in the ACC under 23s. So let's see whether he performs well in that and who's giving the pep talk. I think it's Devol.
That's Devol Brevis. Yeah.
Wow, that's super.
And he's standing alongside Surya and Rohit. Of all people.
I know. And who's that? Mahela.
Right.
Okay, another.
so I didn't need to make any changes to my team.
Yeah.
On Gamezy, if you
Gamezy,
haven't made your
yes.
team, make your teams on Gamezy. I quickly
Yeah.
made it.
My turn.
I was just checking whether because of the players coming in, going out,
Yeah.
has it affected my fantasy team? It
Oh,
hasn't.
boy.
So I hadn't picked any of those guys who would.
Well, Mumbai
drop.
throw googly at me though, picking up Riley Meredith and Daniel Sams.
It's like
Maybe
they
they're
want to
thinking
get
this
hit.
wicket is either Perth or Melbourne. Maybe that is the case. Okay, Dwayne Pretorius, good choice.
And see, in the graphics being shown, Santner is currently being shown at number 3. So.
No. Don't go by the
think,
team.
yeah.
Oh, then, but Moeen Ali normally bats 3, so they've just checked him
I
in
think what
place.
they're going to do
See,
is
Ambati will bat at 3 now.
yes, Ambati at 3 and
Dubey at 4.
no, maybe even get Jadeja higher up. I think you need to get Jadeja at 4,
But, you know,
which he was batting.
But Dubey is batting fabulously. at
I
4.
know. But again, I think Dubey can bat at 5 also and still tonk the ball.
Yeah.
But send Jadeja again. Even if you were to not do that, not too much of a difference. Actually,
Yeah.
4, 5, 2 left-handers there. Unless one of them comes at number 3
Yep, indeed.
to squeeze that left-hander, right-hander.
Okay,
One
if-
of them can come in the middle.
If I have to look at it, there's only one left-hander in the whole Mumbai Indians lineup, Ishan Kishan. Rest are all right-handers. So maybe that left-arm spin ploy is primarily used to negate them. And Paulie doesn't play left-arm spin pretty well. He plays off-spin and he plays leg spin well. So that might be, because if you look at it, how many are there in the Chennai team?
So
There are
Chennai
1, 2,
left-
3.
Three.
3 left-handers.
And if you remember, Mumbai has this thing of playing off spinner. They used to play Jayant Yadav against Delhi all the time because they had a few lefty.
Yep.
That could be the reason they've gone with Hrithik Shawkin because they don't have Jayant Yadav now in the squad. So Hrithik Shawkin has come
for those
because of the
3.
left-handers.
Yes,
Now it
3
makes
left-handers.
perfect sense. if you look
Yeah,
at the
so
team.
that is why. So Jadeja, Dubey,
Tilak is also
Santner.
there, by the way. 2 lefties.
2 lefties. Tilak
Tilak
Verma.
Verma
Yes,
as well. You
Tilak
missed him
Verma.
out.
Yeah.
Thanks for pointing that out, Ahmadullah.
Ahmadullah, yes. Tilak Verma.
Yep.
Sams, Shokeen, Meredith.
Let's take a few questions now. So many of them here. Bhavya Parikh said, Nikhil sir, I think team should follow SRH batting style where either Williamson or Markram held one end up and make sure they're in control. Bhavya, exactly what we've been pointing out, especially for 2 teams, KKR and Punjab Kings, they need to look at that. You just can't have that one approach of playing all out attacking cricket. Though, interesting, I was just reading, I think, a column by Sanjay Manjrekar where he says that it's okay, Punjab should continue playing this bang cricket. But what happens with that is you get an early finish to a game like yesterday.
Well, it works for us. I mean, we got to go home early.
Yeah, marginally.
We normally log, because of my kid, we get 10:30, we put on the game to just see what's happening. We say, it's over. 10:30, the game is up. I was like, okay, very one-sided.
Varun Parvatan is saying battle for the wooden spoon. If Mumbai lose, they are going to get it as there's too much catching to be made. We're actually already called Mumbai out on sports today. Primarily because of not just mathematically, but also because you're just looking at the team. Does this team then have to win 7-8 games on a trot? We don't think so. So one win here and there doesn't necessarily mean that they'll make it. Let's be realistic. So sorry to disappoint all Mumbai Indian fans, but that's the reality. Even if they win today, they may just keep that light burning for a little while, but still
the final spluttering of the flame.
Yeah, exactly.
So but if they lose this, even mathematically they are out because 14 points, no team is qualifying with 14 points in a 10-team IPL. Let's make that very clear.
Correct. Karthik says batting order should be Ishan, Devol, Rohit, Sky, Tilak. No, Brevis to open. I'm not too sure about Brevis's prowess against fast bowling.
Yeah.
He may survive fast bowling. Can he be attacking? I want to wait and watch. Don't go for those two slower deliveries that Chamira, I think, bowled to him, which he whacked. So,
Yeah.
again, genuinely quick fast bowling. Can he score at that strike rate? That's one area where I want to see him perform. He very well could.
I think
but
why he
haven't.
might have said this because if Brevis is good against spin, he might negate Tikshana. Because Tikshana is a power play bowler primarily, so that's
True.
why.
Though Tikshana is a very different kettle of fish. I mean,
Yeah.
not your regular
Spinner, yeah.
Yep.
He's so much like Mendes. So much like Mendes. From the action, the bowling
Yeah.
style, everything.
From the same background, no. Mendes army, Tikshana army, and of course different
so
ranks.
is it like a compulsion that if you're a player from the services or the army, then you
Yeah.
have to bowl like that?
Because I mean, I heard a story in Sri Lanka. Why was Mendes's carom that's finger? Why is it so strong? Because he used to press the trigger. Constant pressing
He's
the trigger.
trigger
makes-
happy.
Yeah, he's trigger happy. So that is why his finger is pretty strong. That's why he could execute the carom ball well. Same with Tikshana. But of course, Tikshana doesn't use the carom ball that much.
Yes.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
Pav Bhaji is with us.
Alright.
He's saying, I think Mumbai are selecting their team by picking draws.
Seems like that. Really does
No,
seem like that.
we figured out logic in how they were picking. For example, they've picked an off spinner against a team that has a few left-handers,
Yeah.
which has been their strategy even when they used to play earlier with Jayant Yadav coming in
Yep.
for team. So there is logic to that. Plus, Tamil Mills was going for a few runs. They had to look at a replacement there. So
Yeah.
that they have. And what else? The third change, Santner. No, that's Chennai.
That's
but
Chennai.
from Mumbai,
Hrithik Shokin, Riley Meredith,
Riley
and Daniel Sams.
Sam. Fabian Allen is the one
Yeah.
surprise that I see.
One game and you throw him out.
throw him out.
See,
That is a bit
Taimal
surprise.
left arm
That
pacer,
was actually
Sam's
by-
left arm pacer.
That may be by picking up those draws. Quite
Yes.
possible.
Again, Sam's the major problem. Mumbai's death overs might suffer. If he's again bowling the death, big mistake.
Yeah.
Because Sam's doesnn't have the Yorker. He relies on slower deliveries and length.
And as someone pointed out that in the BBL slow balls work because you have bigger ground.
Bigger ground.
Here you can
Very
top edge
valid
one.
point.
Here you can top edge one and it's clearing the
It's
rope.
73 meters. That is the length of the boundary. The longest part of the boundary is 73 meters.
Exactly.
So,
Yep.
doesn't work.
Valid point there. Freaking B says Mitchell Santner is listed at number 3. Don't go by that.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean a thing, sir.
I know, but okay, if they want to give the shock and awe value, then maybe. At
Yeah, but then remember,
but very unlikely.
Remember what Lucknow Super Giants did with their shocking off? They ended up shocking themselves. That was the game.
Themselves, yes. Yeah, Bradman, the Bradman theory of batting.
Horrible that was.
Ramesh Devasi, let's talk about, because we were talking about batting order. He says, should CSK try Dubey as Raina replacement, thinking as long term? That may be the case
I think what
already.
they've done already, you could argue.
But maybe in terms of batting order, then at 3, which they used to, talking about Dubey, there
Yep.
he is talking to Sky,
Sky.
chit-chatting the two of them ahead of the game.
To extract a batsman in both teams.
Yes.
Sky in particular, I think in this match, Sky holds much more importance.
Yes.
For Mumbai, absolutely.
Yes. Sky has much more importance, but remember, he's not dragged the team across the line in 2 of the matches. In the last 2 out of 3 games, he's not dragged the team across.
No, that's also
and it's
because-
hurting him big time.
But it's not hurting him as much as it's hurting the team. No one else is pulling their weight.
And Paulie is getting run out. Hope that luck continues.
I'll never forget that match. I think it was against Punjab Kings.
Yeah.
He's holding his hand up and then belatedly running. Come on. You can't be doing that.
Yeah, so that's a big issue.
Parth is saying Brevis average is 29, strike rate 172. Why are you guys not considering him for emerging player? We're not ruled him out. I said for now.
For now, yeah.
As I said, there is only one doubt in my mind which I want cleared, and maybe if he can, then he becomes that emerging player. Is
Can he
how
play
effective is he going to be against fast bowling and his aggressive batting against them? Again, this is not a definite thing. The season is still on, so
Yep.
we don't know what happens going forward. If he continues with this reign of form, then surely he could be the emerging player. Not ruling him out. Sagni Ghosh says this year's IPL is all about 8 teams. That's true. Yet this is a game that I'm
Very,
100%
very
sure that a lot of people will tune in.
Yep.
May
Absolutely.
not have any sort of an impact into what happens in the top 4, but still rivalry, some big stars, you want to see them
Yeah.
performing. Sankalp Sahu has an interesting take. He says maybe Mumbai pick Hrithik for Moeen Ali because the remaining
Yeah.
left-handers in Jadeja and Dubey can smash off spinners easily. And this may be a blunder as Moeen is not playing.
Yeah, but then generally, I don't understand this theory of left-handers not able to play off-spinners. If you're confident on that day, like how they played against RCB, they tonked everybody. If you're in that zone, you can tonk anybody.
But they've still got 3 left-handers now. Santner is coming.
Santner is in.
So I think because of 3 left-handers, and while yes, you're right, Jadeja and Dubey have smashed off spinners, but I think they want to hedge their bets on an off spinner.
Yep.
I think they believe an off spinner could be more effective against a left-hander, and as you said, this is a strategy Mumbai has used in the past as well. So again, we'll find out which team has got that right.
Yeah. For Chennai and Mumbai to a certain extent, they would have hoped in the previous game Punjab had defeated Delhi because Delhi were on 4. With that win, they won to 6. So the gap has widened even more now.
Yeah.
If they were on 4, then this game had much more importance. That importance has been dimmed slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Naveen wants to know, will CSK have Indian international players to pick for next season if Raidu and MSD retire? That's an interesting question. I don't know whether Raidu will retire. MSD could be, but you will have only players, I think the rule is that were part of the auction.
Yeah.
So you'd have to pick players from there as replacements.
Yes.
Because if someone retires, then I'm sure you can get replacements. Unless the IPL decides to have a mini auction, because there were a lot of players that were not international players that were not part of the auction now. They might want to come back in. So you'll have to wait and watch what the IPL governing council decides on that. But yes, you will be allowed replacements for players if they are retired, for sure.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Bhavya saying, guys, I don't understand one thing. CSK got Milne replacement but haven't decided on Chair's replacement as they are waiting to be out of the tournament.
According to some reports, they are saying we have not found an Indian bowler yet of that quality. That's the thing.
Of that exact quality, you're not going to find.
Yeah.
Then maybe it's not a bad idea. I mean, do you necessarily have to have a replacement? if
You
have
don't.
anyone?
Yeah, exactly. It's not like they don't have bowlers in the squad anyway. So.
It's easier probably to replace an international with an international, but maybe an Indian with the depth and with everything around, it's probably difficult to scout.
And which Indian international bowlers available anyway? All of them have been taken.
Akash Singh, under 19.
But then he's under 9.
Yeah.
Again, under 9, but they already have Rajvardhan Hangargekar.
Yes, and they've not even played him.
They've not played him.
And he's nowhere near playing.
Plus,
at this point.
CSK have to be convinced that that bowler is good enough to get a replacement. Also, no, if you're not going to play him, maybe no point getting him because Chair is going to be back next season, so it's not a
None of that big a problem.
Maybe for this role, if they're in contention, probably. Maybe suppose the playoff spot intensifies the 3rd and 4th, because I don't see them finishing 1 and 2. Maybe 3 and 4, then they might say, okay, we are getting this man in. Perhaps. But it's still a long shot. I don't think they are necessarily so.
Ujjwal Agarwal says, with youngsters gaining experience and Jofra coming back, Mumbai's future still looking good, but not for CSK. Your thoughts?
See, they've got a lot of Dad's Army people. I mean, if we are talking about Raidu and Dhoni, what about Bravo? Bravo's also 37. Will he play next year with injuries and all permitting? I don't know. And he's not playing any kind of international cricket even.
So there's Raidu, there's Uthappa, there is MS Dhoni, Bravo. Yeah,
those are the 4.
But they have youngsters as well. In that case,
they have.
You know, Asif there,
KM Asif, but
Mukesh Chaudhary. They've got
Chaudhary is anyway playing. He's been a constant.
Going forward, Ruturaj
is there. Dwayne Pretorius is also decently young. He's not.
Yes,
Dad's Army.
Hangarekar, because there was another question why Lalit Tashtapurte asked why he's not playing. Maybe again, whatever little I saw of him, again I've said this before. These under 19 players. You know, there's a big gap between this top level. Not everyone can perform that well. You saw with Raj Baba, they played him 2 games, wasn't that good, so you had to let go of him. And Hangarekar, I saw him bowling at the under 19 level. He could still be good, but I'm not still convinced that he'd be very good at the IPL level. He could very well get tonked at this stage. And I'm sure the teams, when they are at the nets or do match simulation, they see all of that. You need to have that faith. And with MS Dhoni around, I'm sure he can gauge as to whether you need to have these players. His time will come. I'm just saying, maybe when you spend a lot of time with the franchise, in and around international players, you get a lot of experience. They have more experienced players. Simarjeet Singh is one of those Delhi bowlers who's played more domestic cricket, so they have options. Tushar Deshpande hasn't played yet.
He's played a couple of games.
He played a couple of games.
He played, correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then you have Prashant Solanki, a leg spinner who they can exploit. If suppose CSK are out of the tournament, then they can exploit, because in 2020 they tried the likes of Monu Kumar. He bowled pretty well in the death against RCB, so that was one case. Then again, Narayan Jagadisan. Why they are not playing him? It's beyond me.
The token Chennai, right?
Yeah. Then Shubhranshu Senapati had a very good domestic career for Odisha in the Ranji, so he can be one of the good picks. But again, do we need that kind of player?
They have enough youngsters going forward. I think they'll ease them into once they know that they're completely out of the playoff race. If they reach there, for all you know,
one more youngster, Kanor Bhagat Verma from Andhra. He also is a pretty decent batting all-rounder, if you can say so.
And again, Deepak Chair as well is a youngster.
Deepak Chair will come back, yes.
In that regard. So they have all of that. Ritwik is saying Umran Malik also emerging player award. That's true actually. He's also been bowling very well. Again, I still have my reservations about taking him to the Indian Test team so early.
No, but
I think he needs to spend time.
You can, just watch him and be exciting in the IPL. I don't understand this rush with people have their just get into the Test team, ODI team, T20 team.
Yeah.
Watch him do his thing in the IPL.
No, completely agree.
I mean, if I want to put out an example, R. Vinay Kumar, one of the stalwarts of Karnataka's domestic system, picked up wickets galore, had a very decent IPL career, very decent.
Yeah, but later on,
but when he got picked in the Perth Test against Australia, different setting, different kind of pressure, he just couldn't take a wicket.
Yeah.
And his pace dropped. He was traditional 125, 130. He was bowling 120 because the confidence, Warner just destroyed his confidence in Perth.
Yeah.
Nirupam Yadav says, I'm a very big fan of Hitman. He wants to see Rohit Hitman get a good knock because without him, he cannot see cricket, he says. He's that big a fan.
I think a lot of people want to see Rohit Sharma get back into some
difference is, again, I was reading Manjrekar's column where he said that everyone's clubbing Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli together, but he says there's a difference. Yes, both aren't getting runs. The difference is that Rohit's not looking like he's out of form. He's getting those 20 odd and looking good. In Virat's case, the form seems to be an issue. In Rohit's case, form is not an issue. He's just not carrying on and getting a big knock.
I know there were some games where Rohit really was struggling. He really was struggling. So I'm not saying that Manjrekar has any biases.
No, you are entitled to your opinion.
No. I think that's a very common charge leveled against him, that he does have a little bit
soft corner for
the Mumbai lads. So I disagree with that, because I think against KKR also, when I think Umesh had his number, he had 3 of 12. So he wasn't always getting starts. It's not the thing.
No, but again, Rohit, if you have to look at IPL in entirety, he's actually underwhelmed. If you have to look at it, only 1 century in about 14 editions.
That too against KKR of all teams.
He scored 1,000 runs against KKR, but you exclude that, actually it's underwhelming if you have to look at it. As a captain,
miles ahead.
One of the greatest. But as a batsman, he's always underwhelmed in the IPL.
True, I think except for the early years maybe, but the Deccan Charger years.
No, even in the Deccan Chargers, maybe his first couple of years in Mumbai, 2013 onwards.
Yeah.
No, early on in the IPL also remember Deccan Chargers.
2009.
Sublime.
And that time he bowled 2-3 overs again.
He's gotten 2 hat-tricks.
Yes, exactly.
He's gotten 2 hat plus. The making of Rohit Sharma was in Johannesburg against KKR.
Yeah.
He hit 26 of Mashrafi Mortaza.
Yeah.
No, he started off as an off spinner. In junior cricket, he was an off spinner. So that then his coach started seeing that talent in batting.
Yes.
Okay. Ramesh is saying, do you think because of the pitch, CSK and Mumbai are underprepared? Because if you play in different pitches, they have match winners, but for the same kind of pitch, they may not. Ramesh, not entirely true. I agree that CSK, those Chennai slow pitches that used to help the spinners, used to suit them far more. But Mumbai flourished in these kind of pitches, these fast bowling, which gives you these good bouncy batting pitches. They flourished in those, so they're still playing under similar situation and conditions, so they should still be doing well. I don't think that's too much of a issue. Pratish is saying, Nikhil sir, I'm a CSK fan, but same time I don't want Mumbai to make a record of 7 losses in a row, so supporting Mumbai. He loves IPL so much, man. That
I would never be able to support a rival team regardless, and in fact more power if they're making a record.
Who is your biggest rival? KKR.
Who is our biggest rival technically? If you have to think
everybody.
Actually,
Everybody.
It's KKR against the world.
Yes. Everybody is your
I'm
rival.
talking about. I'm thinking even
Who
if
is your biggest rival?
RCB and MI.
not in that order. Not in that order for me.
KKR RCB.
Actually, yeah, KKR, RCB have always had some feisty encounters, and especially during the Gambhir Kohli years. You know that one time they almost came to blows on the
Yeah.
field itself. And of course, twice I think KKR have rolled them over for very low totals. Is that
Yeah.
94 and the 49?
Yeah.
So
It's because CSK RR, the rivalry is heavily favored by CSK. Even Punjab. DC, they do make a dent occasionally, but not that big.
yeah.
I found a bigger fan of CSK than you here.
Oh my
good
God.
God.
Pradeep Srivalsan is saying,
Shivalsan.
he's saying CSK is on the way to winning this cup. We start our journey today.
This cup or
Just
next
giving
cup?
opportunities to other franchises now towards the business end of it. So he sees them win.
There's some.
Now there is an upward curve. Hope so.
See,
Hope
I
it
do pick
happens.
them. I do think they're favorites today. Honest to God, I don't know what MI are thinking with that bowling lineup.
But again, MI, they bring out their best only against CSK. Even when they are down in the dumps, even when they had horrid season after horrid season, they've always gotten the best of MI.
When was their last horrid season? 2018 when they didn't make the playoffs.
Fifth position.
Yeah.
Fifth position, yes.
Kushal Khurana always comes up with a joke or two.
Last year also.
Oh, yeah.
Today is his joke.
Okay.
Listen in. He says, before the match today, Mumbai visited an orphanage in Navi Mumbai. It's heartbreaking to see their sad little faces with no hope, said Yash, age 6.
yeah.
Oh God.
To be fair, it's not a new joke, but very clever.
It's not a new joke.
No, I've heard it many times.
Kushal. Please give due credit from where you got this.
Yes.
But it's good one nonetheless.
I know, but yeah, I hope. See, because what has Mumbai done? Mumbai have defeated MI 4 times.
I'm still laughing on the joke.
I know. What has Mumbai done? So he laughed at it. I said, yes, I'm tempted to say.
To be
but-
fair, what have they done this year?
yeah, but against CSK, what all they've done? Beaten them 4 out of 4 times. Only one of the few teams to do it.
2019, yeah.
Beaten them by 10 wickets. CSK
Again.
haven't lost to any other team apart from Mumbai 10 by 10 wickets.
Right.
Lost 3 finals against them. 3 out of 5 Mumbai titles are against them.
Chennai, correct, yeah.
So, man, it's a horror story. What was 9 on 9 until 2012
Yeah.
is now 18-12 against CSK.
It's actually 1913, the head-to-head if you're referring to.
The Champions League. I'm not counting the Champions League.
Oh, no, I think the IPL record thing is 1913. 32 matches. Yeah.
32 matches, 1913. Oh,
Yes.
man. See, from 9-9 to 1913.
That's a lot of losses.
It's huge.
Okay, Rishabh Kanchan has spammed our chat. He's saying,
Saying-
"Mera question lo." His question is, Virat Kohli kab run banayega? Please, does anyone have an
Man.
answer?
Soon. That is the only thing I can say, soon. Because we don't want to commit to a date or a
Rishabh,
time.
we do not
or a-
have an answer.
Yeah.
We all want him to score runs. Yeah. Matlab,
We want him, but we don't have an answer.
See, if you believe in Ravi Shastri's overcooked remark,
Yeah.
then I really don't know. I mean, he's saying he deserves a break, but then what were those breaks that he had then prior to every series? Were they not preserving Virat for something big? Isn't it? He
I think-
had breaks.
No, to be fair, I think the last break he had was the paternity break. So
No, but then after that also, in the series against West Indies, he didn't play the T20s. In the Sri Lanka, he didn't play the T20s, he just played the tests. So it was a gap of 4-5 weeks. But then I don't know how much would you count as
No,
a break?
but you know, those gaps are still, I think he's talking about a much larger break.
2-3 months kind of.
A month and a half. These breaks, if you see, you got to realize these breaks are very short because for the next series you have to get into the bubble
Yep.
early and all of
Yeah.
that. So the breaks are much shorter. Yash Vilankar, see again he's summing up the game because we started about whether it deserves to be called El Clasico. He says, today's match is an emotion. Ask any fan of both the teams. They'll prefer to lose to anyone but against Mumbai or CSK. Ask players too. So stating that it's not El Clasico would not be true because they just want to win against each other. It's a valid point, but you know what we said, the one factor that makes any game an El Clasico or like the top game is when you're fighting for the top prize as well. When
Yeah.
you're not, unfortunately you're right, Yash, when you're saying that they don't want to lose to either of those teams, but still you got to be fighting for
See,
the
remember,
title.
MI and CSK are going to play again. This is the only team in that group. I mean, CSK are playing MI twice. So
Yeah.
maybe after 2-3 weeks, if the points table situation is pretty close, then I wouldn't call this a battle for the wooden spoon. It would be for El Clasico indeed. The stakes will be a lot higher.
So Kushal is saying, yes, it's an old joke template, but context and punchline are original.
That is true.
That is true. We're giving you all the credit, Kushal. Whenever you join us. Okay, quick prediction, guys, before we wrap up.
Okay, Mumbai Indians making 172 and CSK winning.
I say Mumbai make 160 with the CSK win.
I say Mumbai make 180 and CSK win.
We've all gone for very interesting
Wow.
ends of the
Okay.
spectrum.
See, anyway, I'm not wearing that bright yellow jersey, so that should be a
Not that
change of
Shivani
heart.
won't troll you anyway.
Yeah, she'll still troll me. What to do?
People don't need an excuse to troll you.
Oh, I
They
know.
just
Just
need
ask
to,
Shivam.
just need
Just
to-
ask Shivam, just ask Shane, just ask yourself.
just check out the video which has now gone private, so you can't see it. You could have
Oh
told
man.
him.
Oh man.
Okay, bye bye. See you in the middle of the innings. Lovely.